Hi, my name is Nikhil Merchant and I have a blog called nonchalantgourmand.com. I love cooking and I love experimenting in the kitchen. So what we'll discover today is a Valentine's Day dessert, and it's called a Mississippi mud pie, and you gotta spread some love by going back into my kitchen. So the Mississippi mud pie ingredients are divided into two parts. The first part being the crust and the filling, and the second part being the sauce which goes over it. So we'll go to see what the ingredients for the first part is, which is the crust and the filling. We have 300 grams of Bourbon biscuits which are crushed, 2 eggs, 100 grams of fresh cream, 100 grams of butter, 100 grams of dark cooking chocolate, and 100 grams of brown sugar. So this is the second part of the recipe, which is the sauce. The ingredients are, we have 175 grams of icing sugar, we have 150 grams of dark chocolate, and we have 150 grams of fresh cream. And apart from these ingredients, we have a secret ingredient which you can discover while we are making the recipe. So the first step of this recipe is basically making the crust. So what we do is we mix the butter and the cookies together. So we take the butter and add it into the cookie which has been crushed in the mixie. You just give it a good mix with your hand. So in case you don't have access to bourbon cookies, you can use any chocolate chip cookies or any regular cookies, and to make it a dark chocolate flavored, you just add about 3 tablespoons of cocoa. And we take this mixture and you put it in these ramekins and you layer them like a crust by pressing down on the sides and the bottom. Now that the crust is well pressed into the ramekins, what we're going to do is we're going to chill it for 10 minutes and then we go on to the next step, which is making the filling for it. So the second part of the recipe is the filling, which we will beat the eggs and the sugar together in a bowl. So you crack 2 eggs, and you add the sugar into it. So we whisk the eggs and the sugar till it's very well incorporated and the eggs and sugar become a stiff mixture. So the next step is that we've created a double boiler to melt the chocolate. So we have a pan of boiling water and we keep a glass bowl or a heat-proof bowl inside the water, and we'll add the chocolate. And I also usually don't add butter, but if you want a smoother chocolate filling, then you can add about 2 tablespoons of butter. So you basically make sure that you keep stirring the chocolate and the butter together at all times because you don't want it to burn. So now it's melted, we can turn off the gas and keep it aside and move on to the next step. So the final step into the filling is basically cooling down the chocolate to room temperature, and now we're going to fold the chocolate mixture into the eggs mixture. We finally mix the chocolate and the egg mixture very carefully, and the last step is to add the cream into the mix, and we slowly fold that also. So we have the ramekins with the crust ready and it's chilled, and what we're going to do is we're going to add the filling into the bowls. And we preheated the oven to 180 degrees Celsius. What we'll do is we'll put these mud pies inside and keep them for about 45 minutes. So we have the final part of the recipe, which is the fudge sauce which goes over the mud pie. So we have like the chocolate, icing sugar, cream and honey, which is the secret ingredient, and we'll all add it into the pan and heat it up. We have the chocolate and the icing sugar. We have the cream, and the honey, which is the secret ingredient. Now we heat them all together and let them melt into one good gooey fudge sauce. So once this fudge sauce is ready, it's kind of made a very nice, smooth, cohesive mixture. All you do is cool this down, and once the Mississippi mud pie is also cooled down, you basically put the fudge sauce over it and put it in the fridge to cool till it's ready to be served. Now that you've learned this amazing sinful recipe for the Mississippi mud pie, it's gooey, it's decadent, and you can serve it with a side of ice cream or just spoon in a little extra of the fudge sauce which we made. Make sure that you like it, subscribe to India Food Network, and leave your comments.